Welcome back to Kona. Changed my settings a little bit in the video settings. Hopefully this will look a little better. We'll head back to the let's see here. Yeah, those two that we missed. Let's see. No, that's not a turnoff. There should be a couple of turnoffs up here, a couple of houses. We'll go check them out first. Now we'll check these houses out, and then we'll head to the unknown. More wolf tracks. You're gonna get more deer prints? No. Okay, yeah, I'm freezing again. Walk around it, jackass. Okay, not see anything on the outside, so let's head in. We fled. It was getting too dangerous. More people live in North Manistan. It will be safer there.
It was a classic Canadian house, except for the absent horde of kids that would normally be swarming about.
Good thing I have a log with me. Okay, warm that keister up. Come on, there we go. The Fantasy, page 1. Matthew had yet to add murder to his curriculum. He was fond of new experiences, especially the most thrilling ones. And taking the life of a flesh-and-bone individual who had the night before was still able to think, dream, fantasize, calculate, read, held the promise of exhilarating sensations. Unlike Raskolnikov, it wasn't about axing an old Jewish hag to pieces to test some lunatic theory. Not at all. Matthew just wanted to know how it felt. It seemed so simple. Horribly simple. He didn't have any particular victim in mind. Like most people, his desires ran quite wildly, so he only had a vague idea of them in mind. He pondered using a rifle or a knife, assassinate a young girl or an old man. He tried to focus on practicability. His victim would have to be defenseless. Bodybuilding wasn't exactly Matthew's strong suit. He would have to act spontaneously, but not too much. He wasn't that eager to learn what spending the rest of his life in prison would be like. Some experiences carry just too high a cost to be worth it, really. Let's see here. If I recall correctly, when I go down there and come back, there'll be a wolf assaulting the fridge. Hello?
The photograph was snapped not too far from here, Carl noticed. The couple seemed to be very good friends.
Ah, water. Okay. Toilet paper, I think. Open. The Fantasy, page 2. It was around the time that Matthew met Beatrice. Of mediocre beauty at best, a girl with her distinctive features, cheeks covered with large pox-like freckles, Jew nose, oily forehead, tired but vibrant eyes, shaded red hair, slender as a child body, chirpy laugh, you name it. It was the very image of innocence. That happened to be precisely the kind of victim Matthew was picturing in his mind. One night, as he was contemplating the ceiling from his bed, he swore to himself again and again, "I'll kill her." His dreams were later filled with images of the imminent crime. He had come up with a simple enough plan. One fine evening, he would visit her place to become familiar with the area's and feel closer to the impending murder, to slowly dig into Beatrice's thoughts, desires, dreams, and abilities. This way, he would be able to get a concrete sense of what his sinister deed would be stripping away from the very fabric of life. The whole thing would take 2 days, a week at most. Konopoli, you win if you pass go. Page 3. The first time he met Beatrice, however, she unexpectedly revealed her troubled origins to Matthew. She was adopted at the age of 4, and recalling her former life still gave her a hard time. She played the piano in so graceful a manner that people often thought she may be the natural offspring of a musical virtuoso. She always cried before falling asleep, torn from the inside by a dreadful pain she couldn't explain. She confided to him so profoundly that Matthew couldn't get enough, coming back every night to learn every single thing of what would come out of that delicate mouth after pulling one last breath out of it. Every night he reflected on what the death of Beatrice would mean in terms of losses to humanity's common heritage, be it the sound of her sobbing or of her piano melodies, the compulsive tapping of her long index finger on her temple when she harbored dark thoughts, or any other little thing. It didn't matter. Everything would indiscriminately vanish. Everything. All of these thoughts made for some blissful slumbers indeed. When days became weeks, before he knew it, it was Matthew's turn to throw his secrets at her, his hopes, his cries of despair, as if throwing coins in a wishing well. She'll be dead by the end of the month, he promised himself. Trying to say I can't see, is that it?
A murderer's diary. Carl's detective training compelled him to write some excerpts down. What sort of monster could give life to such a bizarre tale?
The two lovebirds were still going at it 7 months later, though confiding fears and desires alike near the fireplace several days a week. The populace took notice, and wounding words eventually found their way to Matthew's ear, prompting him to take action to prove his gentlemanship. He had to ask Beatrice's hand in marriage. He would have more than enough time to kill her later. Today, when Matthew stares at the motionless ceiling, just like he did 20 years ago, he still wonders what he would be removing from existence by slitting Beatrice's throat, what he would be depriving his children of. Then, as if soothed by his fantasy, he gently drifts off, smiling the night away. Nice guy.
Not a single weapon was left. All of them were gone.
But he forgot one of his ammo. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's from the other room. Cookie jars are always too high to reach. Hey, there's matches in there. Alright, so... Oh. Equipment, gun. So like I said, I think there's going to be a wolf in here when I come back. Oh, wait. No. Not this one. Must be another one. Warm the cockles. Let's go ahead and head out to the other one. Bedard's house. We'll start with the garage. Should be plenty of light in here. Radio off. Looks like someone had to hide their habits.
A true Catholic always strives to keep lowly temptations at bay. Obviously, Carl thought, someone in this house wasn't doing a good job at upholding the Holy Bible's teachings.
Empty gas can. I'll do a actually, let me see here. Let's see, consumable. Alright. Yeah, let's get ourselves a drink.
Carl smiled at the sight of the nicely protected garden. Hopefully, the Bedards had managed to dig every last potato out before the sudden snowfall.
Probably not. Alright, nothing around here. Let's go ahead and head in then.
What was even the point of locking your door, if everyone hid their key in the same place? Carl was starting to feel like his investigator life lacked challenge. The house smelled like incense, the kind that reminds you of the good Lord, of peace.
No loose change in the cracks.
Religion was very influential throughout Quebec many years ago. Indeed, it was surprising that Carl did not come across a single chapel since arriving here.
How did they draw the sun? That's a good question.
Good Paul VI, appearing papal. His crooked fingers gave the impression he was about to bestow a miracle.
Get closer. Let's get some more water. Attach wire. I have no wire. Polaroid. No sound on the line. Steak.
The perfect cookie-cutter Catholic family, most likely attending church every Sunday.
Reusable diapers.
The family's mother must have spent her days washing the filth off her kids' diapers. The empty cradle sent an eerie feeling down Carl's spine, as if minutes ago someone just grabbed the baby and made a run for it.
Was it minutes ago, or was it hours?
Who knew that giraffes thrived in the North Pole? The craze for toys was stupefying.
There's a light switch here. New journal entry. Come on, turn it on. There we go. Jean-Luc never had
The Bedards had vacated the premises. Carl gathered they would be of no help.
Jean-Luc never had a knack for mathematics. Try as he might, he'd never realize he simply cannot be the father of the child I'm bearing. But how can I be sure? I have to keep this a secret, at least until the time is right, when it'll be safe. Dr. Beaupre told me it would start showing soon, that I couldn't keep it hidden forever. Gotta muster courage, he said with his usual condescending tone. Courage to face what's coming, but he doesn't get it all. For him, I just had some childish affair. He doesn't realize I brought eternal damnation upon myself. Marie is very sick and Jean-Luc plunges into despair. I told him nothing about the evil growing inside me. Sometimes I get the feeling he can see right through me. My Marie's suffering and I'm the one to blame. Oh Lord Almighty, why do children have to pay for their parents' sins? Okay, so she went and got knocked up by somebody else and believes it's the devil's child. Come on, can I reach that? There we go. I have a diary, just
Shame
like
that
Mom.
the family had bailed. Carl would have had a few questions for Jean-Luc, a close friend of Hamilton's.
Unlike her, though, I don't wear a long face when writing, but I do love to write my thoughts. And about Martin most of all. I love talking about him. I think he loves me too, just like in Romeo and Juliet. People don't like it when I see him only because he's a Bligh. But just like in the story, nothing can stand in the way of love. I lost appetite. I can't sleep anymore. Every waking hour, intense shivers run through my body. Dad's making me see Dr. Beaupre, with his big hands touching me everywhere, his foul breath exhaling all over my face. Yuck. I'm not sick, I'm in love. I love Martin so much. There's nothing I like better than thinking about us playing together like we always do. I wonder if he found the key I lost the other day. He was pretty sad when I did, because it's for his dad's garden shed, and Martin always has been afraid of him. I think Martin's dad is a bit like Dad's God. The key fell in a burrow next to the shed. Poor Martin, he cried like a baby. But I still love him. Alright, so I would need like wire or something to get that out. I don't know if I have any wire. Next to Dad's shed. So there's a hole or something here. I don't see anything. Or was it the other guy's shed? Not this shed, but I don't know. Because I don't see anything. A hole next to the shed. I see nothing. But we'll probably call this episode good here. Got another place to check out before we continue on. Yeah, Roy, Bedard, LaChance. Oh, okay, so we did get these two. Then we'll go head back to the general store, fill up that jerry can I got, and then we'll continue on. Probably go over here to the doctor, Old Rosaire, Bluen, and Lamont. Then we'll head up and see where we go from there. So, thanks for watching.